What you just saw was Synthetik, an unforgiving tactical roguelike shooter released in 2018 by Flowfar Games. The game has a simple and straightforward premise: to defeat the Machine Legion in order to prevent Armageddon. Now how you do that is up to you. You'd be surprised to hear that originally this was supposed to be a bolt-action rifle simulator, but somehow, because of forces unknown to us, it evolved into what is now known as Synthetik. Let's talk about the presentation first, shall we? To put it simply and in short, the game looks overall good. By that I mean the user interface is overall good and gets the job done, the graphics are also good, the environment may be bland, but it does help redirect your attention towards the important stuff, the enemies. There are also little details such as bullet casings dropping on the ground as you fire your gun, fog, and lighting. What about the music and sound design? The music is really good. In fact, I was listening to it while writing this script. The sound design is overall good as well, as the one thing that makes the sound design stand out and not be generic are the guns. They sound powerful and have some neat details such as making a more and more hollow sound as the magazine depletes.
Так, ну да что, одной длинный давай.
Before I talk about game mechanics, let's first talk about the classes. There are a total of 8 classes, or characters, depends on what you want to call them. They are separated in 4 categories, which determine the starting items, modules, and perks they can equip. The Guardian, a CBT enthusiast with a shield and minority oppressing skills.
了解详情请按0，由华语客服为您服务。
The Breacher, basically the right guard but you die instantly. The Sniper, he's all about long ranges, snipes and leave money shots.
The Assassin, he's the embodiment of a Manchester simulator.
You think you're sick though, man? You will know about it when I fucking Batista bomb you down in the middle of Asda and show an eggplant up a fanny, the fucking dustbag.
The Raider, he's basically the assassin except fun, and by that I mean you get a sword that kills you in finishers. On top of that you also get to flex with the dog tags. Sort of like a high score if you want to put it more simply. The Heavy Gunner, slow moving lad equipped with light machine gun. With that being said, do not use him as a tank, unless you want to learn it the harsh way. The Engineer, build and maintain turrets, or gamble everything away, you decide. The Demolisher, the holy trinity of explosions, accidental seppuku, and accidental friendly fire. Now I'm going to talk about the gameplay and game mechanics. It may sound silly, but I have a question. What do you do when you want to reload your gun in a video game? You press the R key, right? Not in this game. You first have to eject the magazine by pressing the E key, then the R key to load a new one. Just remember to not throw away a loaded magazine since you'll throw the ammo in it as well, resulting in you depleting the ammo reserves at the same rate a person who just won the lottery wastes all the money. There is a trick to make reloading easier. Press the space key instead, since it does both the ejection and the insertion of the magazines. One thing that guns do as you fire them is heating up, because after all, you are creating a miniaturized explosion inside the chamber. Therefore, if you fire for too long, you'll damage yourself like an absolute moron. It should, however, not be an issue once you get used to it. In addition, most guns do not suffer from this mechanic anyway. If you want to accurately hit your shots, you have to stand still, unless you want to waste bullets and die. There is, however, one thing that you can't control, that being jamming. It happens and it is inevitable. the best thing you can do is switch to a different gun or run away to unjam your gun. You see these two options? In most games they would be like an in-game encyclopedia that gives you a brief idea of what is what. Well, in this game it also works as a means to make weapons and items drop more often. That's right. For example, let's say I really like the 420 Sniper Dragon. I can use one token to increase its drop rate and another one to make it get more ammo. And same applies for items. So something like a satellite beam, I can use one token to increase the drop rate and another one to make it slightly more powerful. However, each category has a limited amount of tokens, so choose wisely.
Oh yeah.
Time to talk about gameplay. Let's get the simple stuff out of the way. Bullet hit enemy, bullet deal damage. Bullet hit head, bullet deal more damage. Understood? Good. There are a lot of weapons in this game for you to experiment with. In each run, the weapons are randomized, meaning that you can get the same guns in 2 runs with completely different stats. You can even put attachments on your weapons to make them even more powerful, or autistic, depends on what kind of person you are. Ahem! There are 2 types of items, active and passive. Active items are manually activated, passive items simply do their job when the requirements are met, such as shooting your gun or doing a critical hit. They can range from simple things like a high explosive grenades to a satanic skull that makes all headshots be explosive. How, you may ask? I don't know, and I don't want to find out either. But hey, look! Experimentation is up to you and your imagination. If you pick something up that is glowing bright red, it means it's powerful, and probably is going to try to kill you.
Don't you feel silly? Don't you feel stupid? Don't you feel a little ashamed?
In conclusion, Synthetik is a really fun game that I could easily recommend to anyone who loves the games within the genre of roguelites. It has many things that make it stand out. I give it a very precise score of the amount of times I detonated myself out of 10 grenades. You can buy it on Steam or GOG for
2,585.
yen. Anyway, that was it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and stay safe. Auf Wiedersehen.